All right, good morning. Oh, thank you.
Sorry, forgot about that.
That's okay, Maria. Oh, and Maria Besheva.
Here.
Thank you. You were behind my recording in progress pop-up. Good morning, everyone. This open meeting of the Finance Committee is being conducted remotely pursuant to Chapter 20 of the Acts of 2021. Ensuring public access does not ensure public participation unless such participation is required by law. This meeting will feature public comment. For this meeting of the Finance Committee, it's convening by video conference with the Zoom app as posted on the town's website, identifying how the public may join. Please note that the meeting is being recorded and that all attendees are participating by video conference. Accordingly, please be aware that other folks may be able to see you and to take care not to screen share your computer. Anything that you broadcast may be captured by the recording, including snowplows. All supporting materials have been provided members of this body are available on the town's website unless otherwise noted. The public is encouraged to follow along using the posted agenda. We are now turning to the first agenda item. Before we do so, here's some ground rules for effective and clear conduct of our business and to ensure accurate meeting minutes. I'll introduce each speaker on the agenda. After they conclude, I will ask the members if they have any comments, questions, or motions. Please hold until your name is called. Also, please remember to mute your phone or computer when you're not speaking, and please remember to speak clearly and in a way that helps generate accurate meeting minutes. And finally, each vote taken in this meeting will be conducted by roll call vote. May I please have an approval of the agenda?
Motion to approve.
Thank you. Thank you. By roll call, Peter,
Aye.
Joe,
Aye.
Stephen,
Aye.
Jill, Chris,
Aye.
Joanna.
Aye.
Thank you. I will open the floor for public comment. No little electronic hands are waving. I will close the floor for public comments. Are there any changes? The next agenda item is the meeting minutes from January 20th. Are there any changes to those minutes? Seeing no one waving at me, may I have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Second.
Thank you. By roll call, Peter,
Aye.
Joe,
Aye.
Chris,
Aye.
Jill,
Aye.
Stephen,
Aye.
Joanna.
Aye.
Thank you. Okay, now we're into, oh, my lights keep flickering.
Yeah, mine just flickered also.
Same.
Review and discussion of the fiscal 23 general fund, enterprise funds, and special revenue funds operating budgets. Brian, I was going to turn it over to you to do a brief intro like I do every year, even though we don't rehearse this part.
Okay, so thank you, Madam Chair, and thank you to the members of the FinCom for the opportunity to do this, to present them all today. We appreciate your time to allow the departments to go through their budgets for you. I think, Madam Chair, correct me if I'm wrong, but we're going to focus on the exceptions and new personnel, and then have the departments give a brief overview of the narrative. Is that correct?
Correct.
Is the way we're going to do it. So.
Yeah.
I think we're going to start with police and harbor master. So I will, if it's okay with you at this point, Madam Chair, I will turn it over to Chief Pittman.
Yes, please. Yeah. And just as a reminder to the committee, as Brian just pointed out, we do focus on the exceptions, the head count being added, and what's going to happen in 23, fiscal 23, for the point of, our focus this morning. Of course, you can ask any questions you want to ask. Okay, thank you. Chief Pittman? Yes.
I'm sorry. I just wanted to make a quick comment before everybody starts. The stories, which you've all seen, which Maria put a huge amount of effort into. Thank you, Maria. I think Brian and Maria, correct me if I'm wrong, this is the first year that we really used them. And we've noticed a few things as we've gone through them that we're going to probably modify going into next year. And the departments had, in some cases, differing understandings of what to put into some of the categories. So just bear with us that way. We'll try to point that out if we come across anything that needs to be explained. But just understand that it's still a bit of a work in progress.
Okay,
Even though we think it's way better than previous.
Yeah, I mean, I found the stories excellent. I mean, yes, people are different but that's natural that each person's going to interpret it a little bit differently, but broadly, I thought they were pretty consistent. So, good.
And
All right.
Maria will screen share all the stories as well. And one other thing, Madam Chair, they will take you through the capital that's listed in their stories as well.
Okay, good. And also to the FinCom members, I know this is a long day to be sitting at your in front of a screen. So if you need to step out for a minute, just take your video off so I know that you're gone and I don't call on you while you're off getting a coffee or something. Okay, thank you. All right. Okay, and we are, Chief Pittman, now we're over to you, really.
Ready?
We're ready.
Okay, so the police department, as everybody knows, we have various sections. We have the law enforcement, the police side, we have the marine safety side, the harbor master, and we have administrative services, which encompasses different aspects such as business licensing, permits, and some element of project management overall in the public safety departments. Our big challenges that we're going to experience going into 2023 are actually our big challenges that we're going to finish up 2022 with, and that basically comes down to two things, and that's police reform and staffing, and they're directly related to each other. And just kind of give people a heads up, as we're going into the second half of 2022, we are currently 25% short on our full-time staff of police officers. We are engaged in a recruiting campaign to try to get new officers, but we're experiencing the same thing every other police department in America is facing today, and that's nobody wants to be a police officer anymore. We are getting ready to make some significant changes in our operational formats. We're restructuring internally. We've reduced staffing. We've reduced, for instance, from 2 to 1, the number of officers that we assign to the school. We've reduced detectives by almost half, and we've reduced provided notice to the airport that we're no longer going to be able to provide on-site services, screening services at the airport, starting later this year. Also, we can just maintain some level of calls for service. So I don't anticipate that changing going into FY23. Right now, we have 6 officers selected to attend a police academy that starts at the end of February. If all 6 of them graduate, they won't graduate until the end of July, at which point they'll enter a field training program for another 14 weeks. So essentially, they're of no help through the summer. I also have 3 officers currently on medical leave, 1 indefinitely. The other one will not be back till the summer's over. And the third one we're unsure of at this point. And then you add to that COVID. Recently lost an officer for 6 days here due to COVID this week. So we're dealing with that as well. So with that being said, you can see that our primary problem is going to be staffing. Our exceptions that we've requested for this year for FY23 is to enhance our business licensing program by adding an inspector. Currently, we just have the administrator, Amy Baxter, who is, we've got over 100 liquor licenses on Nantucket now. Then you add to that all the common victular, every other license that's issued. We need to enhance our ability to perform inspections of these facilities so that these licenses can be issued in a timely manner, and we can be assured that what we're licensing is what we're getting. So we need to add a business license inspector to that unit in order to be able to accomplish that. That's a non-sworn, non-police position. We're asking for an additional, it seems kind of funny, but we're asking for an additional 2 police officers. What our goal is to try to get our overall number elevated to a point where we're not as impacted by these officers leaving. and also to be able to assure our presence at the airport so that screened flights can continue. Our challenge is going to be actually hiring them if we get approval to actually do so. We're asking for a parking enforcement coordinator. This is one of the select board's goals, is to create a enhanced or manage the parking better in the core area, the downtown area, and eventually island-wide. And we, in last budget year, FY22, we've gotten a funding for a full-time enforcement person, which we don't have on board yet. We're actually using seasonal staff still to fill that position right now. And we're asking for a full-time coordinator who is better versed at developing programs that are around managing parking. Police are good at enforcing parking. We're not so good at developing parking management programs. So we're looking to hire somebody that can do that. In the Marine side, we're looking to add 5 seasonal positions to our lifeguard staff. What we've experienced over the prior years is a significant increase in the number of incidents that are occurring along the south shore of the island. Literally, what we have, traditionally, we lifeguard just town-owned beaches. And a few years ago, we started having significant incidents, near drowning incidents, shark spottings, surfing injuries, things like that occur at Nobadeer and up Matisham area. And we've had to deploy lifeguards via ATVs to respond to those situations when we get notified of them. And over the last couple of years, those ATV officers or lifeguards are now just constantly responding to calls up and down the South Shore during the summer. The harbor master identified a need to have a seasonal permanent lifeguard stand in the area of Ladies Beach. Now that beach is owned by the land bank. We still have to work it out with them as far as putting some people there, but there is a need for it there based on the number of calls and the, it does take a while for ATV lifeguards to get there. So when there is an incident, we need to have a quick response. Our capital items, excuse me, on the police side, we're looking to go into phase 2 of our Lorann housing repairs, which if you've been out by the Lorann station, you notice that our, what we call building 1 was completely redone on the exterior. It was very, very bad shape until they redid it. They reskinned it on the outside. Basically everything's new, windows, doors, etc. Now the inside is just as bad as the outside was. And we have very poor plumbing and septic system out there. What this will fund will be a renovation of partial interior renovation of that building, mainly focusing on the plumbing, the bathroom, and hooking it up to the town sewer, which is going to be a good portion of that. And it will also fund similar type repairs as you saw on the building 1 on building 2, which is our female dorm, which is almost as bad condition as the other one was. Building 2 right now has only the ability to hold 6 seasonal lifeguards, or not lifeguards, CSOs. And with the renovation, we hope to be able to increase that number slightly to be able to hold more. We're also asking for to replace, when it says replace and upgrade body camera video system, what we're talking about replacing is the video system we have in the cruisers, which we were one of the first departments in Massachusetts. Actually, the deputy chief started this before I even got here 17 years ago. We installed video camera and equipment in the cruisers. And today, when other departments are still doing pilot programs to see if it's worth it, we've been doing it for almost 20 years using it. And it's a very valuable tool for both helping investigate crimes and to resolve issues when somebody doesn't feel they got the service that they needed from the department. Oftentimes their complaint is either verified or disputed via the video that's taken of the scene. What we want to do is that equipment is getting old, needs to be replaced, and we want to complement it with body camera systems that the actual officers will wear on their body. As you know, with what's going on in law enforcement today, it's very important for the protection and the liability for the cities and towns that we be able to show what the officers are doing and be able to prove what they're saying happened with actual video. And it's becoming almost a mandatory thing for communities to have that. So we estimate it would cost a little under $500,000 to completely replace the whole system. And the ideal system works together. So when an officer gets out of the cruiser video is just a continuation of the body cam video, et cetera. And it all works. It's all connected up to their weapon system so that if an officer was to draw his weapon, if they don't have to remember to turn on their camera, it automatically turns on, that type of thing. Right now, what we've seen with communities in these systems is the ones that have the mandatory, you got to turn it on, got to turn it off. Guess when they always forget to turn it on? It's right before something bad happens. So that becomes a bad situation. On the Marine side, we're looking at $400,000 to finish up, to basically do phase 2, which is the exterior work, the site work of the maintenance facility building that's being constructed out there on Industry Road. If you've been out there, you see a big steel building that will be, right now, the harbor master has her equipment, her lifeguard equipment, her buoy equipment, her maintenance shed spread between 3 different locations on the, actually 4 different locations on the island. Only 2 of them are commercial. The other 2 are right in the middle of residential neighborhoods and stuff. So we want to be able to consolidate all of their work into one area so that they can be more productive in their what they're working on, and we can have more secure storage of their equipment supplies. The site work would consist of fencing and the actual ground, the parking lot, things like that. And just to mention, ordinarily that would have been done already, but we had a building that was essentially given to us at very low cost. So we had to swap what we originally were going to do, the site work, for actually building the building. And now we need to finish it up. We need additional funding to renovate the Harbor Master building. As we know, we went into this project, had a designer, architect design the facility, had an estimator estimate the cost of the facility, did everything you're supposed to do, and then put it out for bids, and it came in almost $2 million more than what we had appropriated funds. So we need additional funds in order to proceed with the replacement of that facility. And just so you know, that we are very doubtful that we're going to be able to open the bathrooms in that facility to the public this summer because the floors in that building are just about ready to collapse. I asked the question is, can't we just renovate that? And there's an issue when they put the addition on that facility, I don't remember how many years ago, 15 years ago, they used up basically the extent of our ability to put renovations into that building without bringing it up to code, and it's nowhere near code right now. We don't have any operational expense increases. Matter of fact, you'll notice in both the police and the Marine side, a $200,000 decrease in each of those budgets, approximately $200,000 operationally, and that's from our professional services line, which last year we asked for an additional $200,000 because we were unsure about housing for CSOs and lifeguards. We thought we might need it to secure housing. As it turned out, we didn't. So that amount's been reduced in both of those line items. And that's about it, unless you have questions.
I have a couple of questions, but I'm not sure you can hear me.
Do we lose Denise?
I keep going in and out too, so I don't, it was hard to get back on.
And did we lose Stephen,
I think so.
vice chair?
He's joining right now.
I think this is going to be challenging.
Hey, Stephen, I think we lost Denise.
So I want to thank everybody for that additional $1 million in our budget. We really appreciate it.
Oh, now it looks like Chris froze up a bit. Oh dear.
Yeah, I think we're going to be losing power here before too long.
Fire up your generators.
Yep.
This is Greg. Terry Norton just texted me that she's lost her power, so she doesn't have any internet or connection now. I hope people heard me say that.
Is there a quorum right now?
Is there a what?
Is there a quorum of the FinCom? 1, 2, 3. Oops. Oh boy, everything, okay, everybody's
Not-
moving around.
Yeah, not good. This is,
Joe. Stephen and Joe are okay. Oh, Stephen and Joe, you're it, I think.
Yeah,
and I'm not even on Nantucket. So,
I lost it for a few minutes. So
They just started getting fire alarms from Mattakit, so I imagine Mattakit's down and everything
Did
else.
something happen in Tom Nevers last night?
That I know of.
Something always happens.
Peter Schaefer is just coming back in. But
Well,
I think we need one more still.
yeah, let's give this a couple minutes and
I mean,
Denise?
it may be that you were over optimistic that this whole thing will happen. I mean, if you guys are going to be losing power all day long.
yeah,
Mine went on and off, and then it cut out the internet.
hi,
Okay, I made it back.
okay. Denise is on the phone. I'm gonna put her on speaker.
I just think what we'll have to do is do one per FinCom meeting over the next couple of weeks. Just do it that way. We got through most of the chiefs. Maybe we
Okay.
can skip. We didn't. I mean, my computer just went off. It's just back again, but I think we're gonna be doing this all morning.
Yeah, we are gonna get very frustrated. I think.
do we have enough, or can we try to cobble through Chief Pippin's presentation, so at least we don't have to call him back?
Yeah, let's see if we can get through the chiefs, and then after that, we draw a line under it. It's gonna take me a minute or two to get back into the interweb here.
You know,
So-
here's a potential workaround. I don't know if people want to do it, but I could set up a conference call and put everybody on speaker. I don't know if that'll work well.
No,
Is that too cumbersome?
I think there's an option in the email that we all got that invited us to this meeting. You can log in by phone.
Yeah,
whoops, I can't really hear Brian that well.
it
or
was,
whoever's talking in the back, Rick.
it was Stephen, and he was just saying that everybody can log in by phone through the invite that everybody got, but that does mean you have to get your computer on.
Yes, yes.
Cellular data is still working, so maybe people can open up the link.
Yeah, he's saying if you can open it up and your link, if you can somehow
Presentation.
open it up on your phone.
It's not even letting me get to the mail server for the town server.
Okay,
It says servers failed to find. So
Okay.
I'm connected to Wi-Fi, but it's not even letting me get to the server.
all right. I can't even quite believe I'm saying this, but is next Saturday out of the question?
Not for me, but I'd have to check with everybody
Yeah,
to figure this out.
and we'd have to check
Sorry
with all
about
our
that.
people, and they were all geared
Libby,
up.
Libby, is this already posted for Tuesday? A
Maria, did we,
continuation?
I posted it just in case we didn't have power last night.
Yeah, she's
and
the best.
I had cancellation ready to go in case we're able to go through it.
so Denise, we're mulling over a reschedule thing here.
Yeah.
You guys are still posted for Tuesday. We could get
Okay.
through some people then, maybe 4 or 5,
Yeah, that's good.
and then
We can
just
do
add them,
Tuesday.
and then just add on to the existing meetings as we can.
Yeah, I would do that.
Okay,
Because also too, by then the capital committee will be done, which it wasn't today, right? So,
Yeah.
not that that's,
all right.
whatever.
Is everybody hearing that? Okay.
I can text FinCom. I'm
Okay,
sorry, you've got a lot more people to text, but, or to get to.
that's okay.
Uh,
Maria can email them later. So should we just determine on our own we'll just go in order of who is
Yeah.
coming on today to put them on for Tuesday.
That's exactly right.
Is-
That'll work fine.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep, because it looks like, let me see. Yeah, I don't have internet connection. It's gone.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay. Okay, well, it was a good effort.
So frustrating.
It was real.
Everything we do to get ready for this, and particularly on your side and your crew. So, I mean, we just have to show up. Oh, we have to do our reading, but still. All right, tell everyone thank you. And I'll text FinCom that we're going to do it the way we just talked about, which is Tuesday and then over the next few meetings.
Okay, everybody heard that?
Yep.
Yep, okay.
Yep.
All right, Denise.
Stay
So
safe, everybody.
you guys stay on for a second. All right, thank you, Denise.
Thanks, Libby.
All right,
Bye.
talk to you later, bye.
Libby, this is Tom. Do you want me to stay on or go?
Tom, I think you're free to go. We're just talking about rescheduling this because everybody's power is coming on and off. Internet connections are unreliable and it's just gonna get too frustrating. And already we lost almost all of the FinCom
Okay.
numbers. We
All
don't
right.
even have a quorum.
Well,
So
we'll
Tom,
hear-
we'll get you rescheduled.
All right, thanks.
Thank you.
All
All
right.
right, thank you. All right, so Maria, I guess just, who was gonna be, let me get.
Libby, I just texted David Gray and Mark Willett and told them it's canceled and updates to follow on how we're doing it.
Okay, and so maybe.
I
we
just texted Karen and Carlson.
Okay, great. So between you guys, get the rest of the people and we can just go in the order. Maria, I mean, how many people can we fit in? Let's see, we had police. We can, I guess we can finish up police first. Fire, water, airport, sewer. Think we can get through all those up to what we were gonna do today?
Yeah.
Till 10? And then,
They were scheduled for 15 minutes apiece or so, right?
yeah,
Yeah, we can get through those on Tuesday, I think.
We have 5.
all right, Stephen, Joe, and Peter, do you guys think that is, oh, wait, did Peter drop off? Oh,
We're
hold
talking
on.
to Steven.
Stephen, how's that sound? Think we can get through 5? Should we jam in another one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm ready when you are.
Let's do that. Let's do it.
What, should we jam in DPW?
Well, because if we do DPW, Libby, we got to consider doing SWEF at the same time. So maybe we should do them separately and not try to do that just in case.
All right, why don't we do town admin then?
Okay.
Well,
Yeah,
actually, that's a lot,
It's
isn't it?
a bit of a longer one.
6
Yeah.
departments. Stephen, can you let Graham and George Aronson know that this is canceled and that we're a rescheduled up time will follow with an update, please?
No problem.
Okay, thank you.
And I think,
What-
I think that makes sense for us to do it back to back, solid
Yeah.
waste.
How about Island Home, Brian?
We could probably just schedule one whole meeting, Libby, with Island Home and Town Admin, because I would imagine we could do all those at the same time.
All right, so for Tuesday then, we'll finish up police, get to fire, water, airport, and sewer.
Yep.
All right, so Maria, and between you guys, can you notify everybody?
And then we can, at our weekly budget meeting with Denise and Stephen Morey, we can talk about how to structure the rest of them to go on a go forward basis.
Okay, because we have that on Tuesday morning anyway.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes, we could do
Okay.
that. We'll just.
All right, sounds good. Well,
Right.
again, it was a good effort. Everybody just, I guess, stay warm and